Greetings. It is your public policy team back with you here at the 2026 FAC Annual Conference. And I have with me none other than the Honorable, our former County Commissioner and FAC President from Palm Beach County, now with WGI, Melissa McKinley. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon, Tonnette. It's good to be back with the FAC family.
Always good to see you. Always good to see you. Always mingling, enjoying the folks, and now working hard on the other side. Tell me, how has the transition been for you? How does it feel to be at a FAC conference and not on the commissioner side, now on the exhibitor and our CP side?
Oh, it's definitely different when you come here. It feels like homecoming. You get to see all your friends. I think the hardest part about being on this side is going into some of the sessions and having an opinion and really kind of sitting on your hands, not raising your hand too much and taking talk time away from the commissioners that are in the room and not. I still figure out a way to share my opinion, but not as vocal as I was as president.
Of course. Yes, ma'am. How often do you get back to county commission meetings now?
As little as possible.
Okay. A little PTSD.
No, yeah, a little bit of that. Most of what I'm doing is behind the scenes. I do get to at least a Palm Beach County Commission every now and then.
Okay.
We went to a Hillsborough County Commission meeting recently, and that was fun.
Wow. So now that you say that and attending another county commissions meeting, tell us, what do you do now and who do you work for? Give us a little bit of intel on WGI.
So I'm vice president for government relations now for WGI. I've been there since I termed out. About 2 weeks after I termed out, I joined. So
Wow, no rest.
No, yeah, no rest. I went to Ireland for a week. But WGI is a full service engineering firm and land planning. And so I think in the industry they call us an A&E firm, but we're a national firm. And I made that selection on purpose. I wanted to do stuff outside of the state of Florida as well as the state of Florida. So we got about 26 offices. We're in 11 states.
Okay.
Our biggest markets are Texas and Florida. So that's where I spend most of my time.
Okay.
But everything, we don't do geotech, but like structural design, road, bridge, water, wastewater, comprehensive plans, all that kind of good stuff.
Oh, wow. Amazing, amazing. So I know you stay working with the land use folks and have probably been enjoying our growth management workshops, huh?
Trying to. It's a double-edged sword. We represent private developers and doing their site plans and their entitlement process. But being a former elected official and watching all of the preemptions come through, it's sad. It's sad to see that happening. I don't think Tallahassee would want Washington doing it to them. And so it's hard to watch Tallahassee doing it to local government.
Very true. Very, very true. What would you say has been your most rewarding victory and accomplishment at WGI since you've been there?
Survival? No.
That's always a blessing.
Well, some of it I can't talk about because we're under an NDA.
Yeah.
But really trying to look, when you work in politics, you work in a gray space. Every day looks a little bit different. But when you're in engineering, the world is very black and white. Blueprints are what they are. And so trying to get engineers to understand the importance of government relations, of building those relationships with your high-level county staff, with your elected official, that has been a really great accomplishment in training our staff on how to build those relationships and maintain them and the importance of them.
Do you do federal work in D.C. with the company as well?
We do. We do have somebody on staff, Todd Polk, who came from the Army Corps of Engineers, works with us now. So he does most of our federal procurement, but some of our biggest clients, the federal level, the Army Corps of Engineers, Veterans Affairs, USDOT, EPA, that type.
So you get to travel to D.C. a lot now, huh, too?
I spend about half of every month on the road.
Okay.
So,
oh, wow. No rest for the weary. So have you had an opportunity to present or work with FACers yet?
We are sponsors of the FACER conference.
Tell us about it.
Kim DeBosier, who's one of our vice presidents out of our Tampa office, is attending that. And so she's always been heavily engaged with FACers. It's been fun trying to connect to them. They didn't realize FAC and Facers were at the same conference, and so now I'm like, "You're here, come down, come see us in our booth."
What?
But Facers is great. It's nice to, in one room you're connecting with the county administrators and county commissioners. In another room, you're getting to connect with the public works directors and your county engineers and road superintendents.
Of
So it's a
of
good mix.
course. Yes, ma'am. So tell us, what made you choose WGI when you came out of your public service, and thank you for your service.
Thanks, Jeanette. I was very fortunate to have a number of offers as I left office, and I purposely chose WGI not only for its presence across the state of Florida, but for its national presence. But I also thought that it's an engineering firm. They're designing infrastructure to make our lives easier, to make our communities better, stronger, more resilient. And so I felt it was an extension of my public service to be able to engage with our public clients and still advocate for stronger communities.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, let's have a little fun. We're just
Okay.
going to rewind and let's go back to your fact days and play. I know you probably seen Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen on Bravo TV.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so now we're going to play some games. We
Okay.
want to just hear some. Who was your favorite county commissioner when you served?
Oh, geez.
And it can't be from Palm Beach
Oh gosh.
if you had to pick one.
It's hard. I had a band of brothers. I would go with Ralph Thomas. Ralph and I, when we first met, we were so politically opposite. And he's small rural county in North Florida. I'm large urban county in South Florida. You would never think, that the personalities would mix, which is the beauty of this organization.
Of
And
course.
Ralph just became like a brother to me, and I absolutely adore him. We have a difference of opinion every now and then, but 90% of the time we're on the same page.
Of course. That's beautiful. What would be your favorite NACO moment or conference? Because you not only represented and served in our state, but you also participated heavily and served with NACO.
My most proud moment at NACO was when it was announced that I was going to be chair of the Agriculture and Rural Affairs Policy Committee, because I was the first Floridian and the first woman to ever chair that committee. So it was a big torch to
Her
carry,
story.
a big torch to carry. And we did a session in that committee on farmer suicide and farmer and rancher suicide rates, and seeing those grown men, the ranchers in that group sharing their personal stories and shedding tears in front of such a large audience was a humbling moment. I was proud to be able to lead that group and initiate that conversation.
That's amazing. And one of the things that I admired and appreciated from you is coming from Palm Beach. A lot of times you see the beaches, you think Mar-a-Lago, everything we see on TV. We don't think Belglade, the rural counties, all of that. And one of the things that you did was you made sure that your farmers in your rural counties and your ag folks were very represented, and you always made sure you brought that up. I also enjoyed your passion. You never had to guess where you stood, and you were always in Tallahassee. You never mind coming up to the Capitol and just pushing, for example, working with everything with opioid funding. And just literally your passion and coming up for that, coming to committee meetings, asking questions. That's definitely one of the things, and understanding that politics start on a local level. But, everybody has to be willing to work together. You never mind working across the aisle to get things done, to not only serve your constituents in Palm Beach County, but across the entire state of Florida. And we appreciate that. We need more of that. Would you ever consider running again?
I won't say no.
Okay.
I won't say no. It has to be the right opportunity. I don't need a title to keep doing public service, but if there was an opportunity to go back in and serve a constituency and be elected, and it was the right moment and the right time, I would do it.
All right. As we wrap up, and because it's election season, if you could give in 15 seconds, if you could just give some encouraging words to a new commissioner that would start and join this organization after the election, what would that be?
Come into your first meeting, which is usually the ledge conference, right after election, with an open mind. I think one of the beauties of this organization and with NACO is 99.9% of the time, you don't know anyone's personal politics. because everybody is up here representing local government and trying to build their communities, make them healthy, make them stronger. So come in here with an open mind, leave everything that you had to do to get elected on the table. Just leave it behind and come in fresh and work across the aisle, work with your partners and, speak with one voice.
That's amazing. Well, until next time, folks, it's our former Madam President, Melissa McKinley, now with WGI. We will see you next time. Take good care.